matcha on my sweatshirt and I started
what is
screaming. It's a matcha lemonade.
Okay.
I know. Kate
Wow.
was like, that looks like you're drinking grass.
Don't follow this if you're young and in college.
I was like, everyone thinks I could be everywhere at once. Boner fucking alert. Welcome back to Gossip with Grace, Unfiltered, the podcast. I'm your host, Grace, duh. And of course, I have the blonde squad with me today. Oh my God, so
Hello.
beautiful.
Hi.
Love
Lucky
it.
twinning.
So blonde.
We
Oh my
are.
God.
So blonde.
So
And
blonde.
I have another blondie here with me today. We have TikTok personality and CEO of Chief Swag Officer, Alexa Curtis. Woo!
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for coming on. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, so am I. So
too.
today, me and Alexa dive into every food known to man. We speak on things that might not be accepted into society, i.e. not being dog people. And just many other things. I'm blanking out completely now. So if you're interested, keep watching. Yay! So, Alexa, as per your TikTok, you go around and you try all these foods, and I know we were just kind of talking about it, and you're like mad about it, and you don't want to be known as like that girl, but I need to know, like, I guess I should start with my first initial question that I had for you. Have you ever had pizza from New York?
Yeah.
And what do you think is better?
New York.
Okay.
100%. There's no doubt. Like artichoke. Before you were probably even born. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, I'm 27. I used to get drunk and we would go to Artichoke and I had a fake ID.
Oh
And I
my
would go to the
God.
clubs. Do you know what Avenue is? Like One Oak? Oh
In
my
the
God,
city?
Yeah. I'm aging myself. Anyhow, back in the day when like Gossip Girl was a thing, I was deeply underage. Yeah, Artichoke. I was there like a year and a half ago, and I got it again drunk after a comedy show. I swear I don't have a drinking
By the
problem, but
UCB?
It's always when yeah.
Oh my God,
And
I that's where I
good
discovered
pizza.
it.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Oh my God. Did
So,
you,
New
I'm sorry to
York.
cut you off. Did you see our video of us going there?
No,
We just went there.
no, I didn't. See
We
it, but I
literally
need to see
just
this.
went there, and I was like, guys, we have to go.
Yeah.
It's so good. I tried it for the first time
100%.
before going to the
Okay.
UCB, and I was screaming in
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the street eating the artichoke dip slice. Oh my God.
Oh, and then Prince Street Pizza I had last week in New York or
Yup.
2 weeks ago. Phenomenal. New York. I'm sorry. Like,
Thank you.
for sure.
That makes me feel better because I saw the governor trying to make Connecticut the pizza capital.
What?
Pardon me. Yeah.
He doesn't
Really?
have taste buds. How old is this guy?
Like old, of course.
screw
And
that.
he, because the thing, everyone's always like, and I've talked about this a million times, I will beat a dead horse on this until like there's no horse.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Everyone in Connecticut's like, oh, we have Pepe's and Sally's. I'm like, okay, so you have two pizza places and you want to, that you say are good. Because
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Sally
I don't know,
or
that's
one
my-
of them.
That's my review today. I'm supposed to go to Sally's
Oh.
in a few hours.
You have to let me know if you like it.
Yeah, I will.
I don't remember which one I didn't care for, but I'm like, okay, so you got one,
Yeah.
I guess. And it's not good. Like, go to the, like, I want the governor to go to the Bronx
100%.
and then come back and see if he
Yeah.
still wants to talk shit. Because
Problem is, like, Connecticut doesn't have anything else they're, like, famous for. Like, what are we famous for? Apple cider donuts? So, like, it needed something. And so they need, like, the people needed to make a pizza.
I know, I'm trying to think of, like, a good thing. Because I actually love Connecticut. Like, I'm not, like, trying to shit on it. I would love to move back here. The first thing that came to mind is bad drivers. But I'm trying to
so
think.
true, to be honest. They really, like, suck.
Because I always say, like, everyone says, like, New York, New
Yeah.
Jersey, like, whatever, people from there drive, like, bad. And I'm like, no, they just drive aggressive and crazy.
Yeah.
The issue with Connecticut drivers is that they don't know that
No.
they're
Yeah,
driving bad.
for sure.
Which is worse than if
100%.
you, like, are knowingly being an asshole on
Yeah.
the streets.
It's so different. It's
I was like, yeah.
in New York, I think people are more honest and raw. People here are definitely like a bit aloof sometimes, so they don't know they're
Yeah.
bad because like they need
No
someone
one's
like
told
you to come
them.
bully it into them. Like you're a bad driver. It's not the same.
Exactly. Oh my God, it makes me feel better that you, because another thing that we talked about is everyone wants to say Dave Portnoy is like
Yeah.
the pizza reviewer. Who the fuck said that? Because I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I don't even think he said it. He just started reviewing pizza and everyone thought his opinion was
Yeah.
the, like, what they would teach in school if it was like a pizza unit. I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm like, you actually go like everywhere. He said the best pizza was in Massachusetts too.
I don't really get it. Like,
Yeah.
And when I started these pizza reviews or food reviews or whatever, and I'm realizing pizza is like the one people pay attention to, I wasn't trying to copy Dave. Like, I don't even like pizza that much. I've seen his stuff, but like, I'm not a diehard Barstool fan. So I never thought of me like, oh, people are going to say like, you're trying to like take Dave's place. Maybe there's a need for like a girl to come and take, but I'm thinking like, people must be reviewing pizza all over, right? Is this uncommon or infatuating to watch someone eat pizza in Connecticut?
We might be starting a pizza review segment, but like with a twist. I don't want to reveal what it is, so I'll tell you after. But like
martinis.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God, I just had like my second one ever the other day.
Oh, you're a baby. I forgot. You act so mature, so I'm thinking like, oh, you would know Avenue or these places, but like you barely.
Well, I've been drinking since like sophomore year of high school.
Healthy.
But yeah.
Super.
But I just never, I got one like sophomore year of college and it was disgusting. So I was like, I'm never having one of these again. But I just tried one right at 30 Rock. Literally right there. And it was good.
In New York.
So I was like, I'll start venturing out from my vodka Red Bulls.
Your taste buds, they advance as like, the world gets shittier and everything gets harder and you have to start paying rent. So I think give yourself like 3 years. Like I just got into mezcal espresso martinis. It's like a really bizarre thing because mezcal is like kind of gross, but I've started to like it. And it's got this smokiness to it.
Yeah.
But then you put that with the espresso martini, but it's got to be a good place and like it slaps. It's so good.
Interesting.
It's really good.
That's tequila, right?
Yeah. You're not advanced enough yet to get to this phase. So stay with the vodka espresso martini. And then when you hit like 25, you can turn into tequila. I'm
a tequila girl, but like not with coffee.
I know. It sounds so weird.
I'm not equipped yet for that.
Yeah. I started this trend. So I used to live in Austin, Texas. So like
my God.
Dave started this pizza thing. I swear to God, I started this espresso martini with tequila because I was living in Austin and there's a Soho House there. And there's only one in Austin. And so I would go out with all my friends there. And one time I asked the bartender and people heard me. I had never heard of this thing before, right? And then all of a sudden after that one night, I remember, and my friends think it wasn't me that started it. And I'm convinced it was me because I had never seen so many people. And now it's a thing. So I like to say I started the tequila espresso martini trend in 2021 in Austin, Texas.
Oh my God.
Wait, did you live there in 2021?
I lived there from 2020 to 2024.
Oh, that's crazy because my sister used to live in Austin, Texas too a few years ago. So
do you remember what year?
I think it was literally like...
Who's your sister?
She's a voice actor, so you probably don't know her because she hides in her apartment.
Okay, I was going to say, because it's such a small town and anyone like who's like cool goes out. Like you know everyone.
That's valid.
But yeah, I couldn't know her if she's in her apartment. I spent a lot of time in mine too, but then the nights I would go out, it was like out. But that's cool.
So funny,
It's a good city.
Maybe we'll do a mezcal espresso martini review.
Can you invite me back?
Yes.
I want to come back for that.
Oh my God, literally, yes. That's my like biggest like I guess like con is that we don't like have a budget. Because I literally always say like I want our guests to come the night before so we can go out and then do the episode or like go out after something and like get them like a hotel. Like it would be so fun.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to come back.
I'll teach you guys how to get sponsorships. So then
yes, please do. Because we're broke. Okay, like we're not broke. We just have no money.
No, I get it. The thing about podcasting too is it's really hard to monetize. Like even if you have a big following, but if you start pitching brands, they'll say yes, but you have to sometimes really reach out to them to get in front of them to get money.
Exactly, because we like get like the DMs from like Every Jewels, like not like Every Jewels, but like the ones that are like liars.
Yeah, I know, the scams.
Like we get. Have you been seeing on the Instagram? We've been getting so many DMs from like pet apparel companies.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're a podcast that talks about sex and poop and drinking.
But you could get a dog if they wanted to pay you. True. You could rent a dog. Sometimes I've had like friends do brand deals with dog companies or whatever, and I've reached out to them just to see like what's their budget. And I for sure thought one time, I'm not even kidding, one time I actually did borrow my friend in Austin her dog for this post because I would dog sit the dog a lot, and they were like, sometimes a brand wants proof that like you have an animal. So this dog was all over my social media for weeks because I wanted to get paid.
Yeah,
for that.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Sure. If I rented a dog though, I wouldn't be able to give it back.
Yeah.
Don't you have 3 dogs?
I can't though. One of them, oh my God. We're gonna go into I Just Got Soft. So Kate, do the graphic. You're not gonna see it right now because it's in post, but I always say that. But Okay, so I had an I just got soft, but this is my new one because it just sparked my memory. So I actually probably don't like have a set like address right now. I spend 4 days of the week here and then the rest at home normally.
Yeah.
So when I'm home, I don't like being home because I like it here.
Yeah.
Like my boyfriend lives here, my friend lives here, my friends live here. I have more than one friend.
One
my one friend lives here. And my podcast is here. I just love Connecticut and I'm not ready to grow up yet, so I keep coming back. I have a 16-year-old dog. I have 3 Shih Tzus. She's the oldest, obviously. And she was a very good dog growing up. Like, literally one time saved my life. Like, I didn't even know. That's a story for another day. But she, like, immediately, my mom was like, all right, Coco, you're going to go out to pee right here. And she said, okay, and then listened for the rest of her life. Now, she is blind, I think. I don't know if she can see, but she can't hear, and she might have, like, dementia.
Probably.
Which it's okay, because she's old. But I'm going to fucking kill her. Every night, we have to put them in a crib, because she will, like, pee and shit everywhere if, like, she's left unattended.
Dementia,
yeah.
Sure.
And she will start screaming every night at, like, 4 a.m. And sometimes I don't wake up, and then sometimes I think that we're, like, connected, like, by brain waves.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, Grace on the opposite side of the house upstairs just woke up in the middle of the night. So now I'm going to start screaming because I know she's up and I want to go outside. And the other night, it's like 5 a.m. Picture like a smoke alarm, like, you know, when the batteries are dead and it chirps.
Yeah.
But picture yelp, like, I don't even want to do it, but it's like, but loud, and that same sound over and over. Like, it wasn't even like she was trying to, like, be diverse with her yelps. It was the same fucking sound over and over.
Oh my God.
And I literally am not even kidding. I got up and I was like, ah! Like, I was so pissed. I just started screaming back at her.
Outside.
I know. Well, she, I think, forgets that she peed, because she'll go out, pee like this much, and then come back in, and then like 20 minutes later, she'll be like, I have to pee.
Maybe she has a UTI.
I know. I'm like, bitch, like, what are you doing when no one's around? Because, like, I literally can't. But she was so good that, like, her whole life that, like, we can't get mad. And we love her. No. So we, like, aren't going to be like, but I wake up in the morning, every time I come downstairs, I'm like this. Yeah. I'm like, fuck you. And then I have my 2 other little babies.
At least you don't have to spend every day there.
Yeah.
And if I get interrupted with sleep, like, I sleep in different bedrooms. I sleep on bathroom floors. Like,
I know. I saw it.
I'm not even kidding. I literally did. And the guy wanted to date me after I slept on the fucking bathroom floor for 2 nights. It was a very nice hotel, so it's very comfortable, to be honest, if you get a nice bathroom floor. But, like, I respect the fact you're, like, getting up midway to deal with this dog. Mm-hmm. I can't even.
I don't even get up. I just wake up. My mom gets up or my dad. I'm like, bless your hearts, because I would get so mad. Like, I know I would just be mean to her.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it makes my other dogs bark. My other 2 dogs are angels, though.
That's nice.
They're so cute. I have a dog named Kitty.
Oh. Dogs are cute. You're giving it, like, distorted perception of life by calling it Kitty.
I know, but she has, like, 1 brain cell, I think. Like, she's just, like, dumb. I don't know. Like,
they
Coco,
don't know, right?
Coco was, she doesn't know. They don't know what's going on. Yeah. Like, Coco was smart because she was half poodle.
Okay.
That's why she saved my life.
Are these big dogs or small dogs?
No, my God. Kitty, when we got her, was 2 pounds. Okay. Cosmo, my other one, he's fat as fuck. He's like maybe like close to 20 pounds, which is like abnormal for a Shih Tzu. But he was like this big when we got him. And then Coco is maybe like 8 pounds.
Oh my God, I love little tiny dogs.
Me too. I'm not a big dog person.
Me either.
At all.
I also like, respect that you're saying that, because like I think people think you're a serial killer if you don't love dogs.
I'm not a dog person.
I'm not either.
I've come to the... Thank you. I was just texting Taylor about this.
Yeah.
I'm not... Like, when I grow up, I'm not having pets.
You mean when you hate your mezcal espresso martini?
Yeah. Like, the second that touches my lips, I'm telling the world I'm not getting no fucking dog.
Yeah. I don't like them. It's not that I'm a serial killer. Like, my problem is, like, they smell. And there's some
like
dogs.
Dog breath? Like,
it triggers me. It's a trigger. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. But then, like, if I get this dog I used to dog sit that I kidnapped for this, like, social media post, super cute. I fell in love with this thing. I mean, it was my best friend. It's also, like, on the brink of dying, so it couldn't really move. You know, you're just, like, holding this soft furry thing. No. But, like, when people have these massive dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you keep that thing clean?
I know. I'm not a big dog person. I've been around a lot of dogs that have jumped on me, scratched me. I remember a big dog one time. I came to my friend's house with a brand new t-shirt on, and her dog put its face on my shirt, and there was a big like white glob on my shirt. I started hysterically
That's what I would
crying.
do. And then it's like, you can't be like, can you Venmo me for my shirt? Because like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not her fault, but it is her fault.
I know dogs that have, my mom had, I remember she had some really expensive sweater on, and a dog ripped it. Which I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have worn that if you knew where you were going, but at the same time,
It's not her
like,
fault.
that sucks. And the hair, I can't do the hair.
What do you mean, dog hair?
Yeah, any pet hair. Like,
Okay.
I always say, like, I can only really go to Kate's apartment. She's a cat,
Okay.
and she keeps it clean.
Yeah.
My dogs don't shed.
Okay.
So, but I don't even kiss my own dogs.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I'm like,
It's
because
the
they
smell.
this sounds so disgusting. Yeah, the smell. If I'm eating and I smell my dog, I'm literally like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing it. And like I don't let my dogs kiss me because I'm like, you lick down there right after you pee.
Yeah.
I don't need that on my face.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, but I will go kiss you with my hand. Love you. Sorry. Not my
That's like
thing.
smell like fresh laundry though.
If you take care of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know people who like are real rich with their dogs, and like still sometimes I'm like, I don't know. This is just. It's also so weird. I frequently live in this state of like I'm having like an existential crisis. Like, how am I here on the ground, right? And then you've got this person paying thousands of dollars. You know, the dog's gonna die, and then it's gonna be ill, right? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't speak to you. I don't know. It's just, I'm not even kidding. So that's my thought when I see people and they spend so much money on their animals.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's got this cat named Cash, and it just like furries around, goes everywhere, and they clean it, and it's like part of the family. And then, you know, it's in the hospital. Why would you want to spend money on something that's this fake thing that doesn't, I don't know. That's my.
We always say that, like, we spent money on these animals to just take care of them.
Yeah, why,
Like,
you know?
They're adorable. I love my dogs. I do love dogs and cats and animals, but I'm not, like, gonna be the one, like, if your gigantic, like, black lab jumps and it's on my shoulders, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, no, he's so cute, and be like,
I know, that's how I am.
get down.
But then if I see, like, a cute baby, I'll go up and, like, just like fondle this baby, because that's real, right? It's like a human.
I'm very, very good with kids.
Okay.
I'm never having kids.
Yeah.
I don't like kids at all, but I always say if I had a passion for like education or like childcare, I would flourish.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
You could always do it in your next life.
Like, yeah, I'm too busy.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I
also
can't even
so
take care of
young.
myself.
If you meet someone, well, I mean, you have a boyfriend, but like if that maintains or whatever, I do think like the older you get, sometimes you do want different things. But I've always kind of been like you too, but I can go both ways.
I'm also
think now.
scared to give a baby.
Me too.
Like, give birth.
Oh my God. A girl who I went to like middle school with, she writes my newsletter, and I never get to see her, but she came to this talk I did last night because I said, you know, can I hire you to like just help me out at the talk? She just had a baby. And I was like talking to my dad and was like, should I have a baby? And he's like, the fuck? Like, no, you need a fucking baby. And I was like, yeah, but it's so weird that like we're the same age and I'm over here like, ah! But you know, I'm like a career person, right? Like that's my number one priority. A lot of people, depending on where you're from, especially if you're from a small town, it's very normal. Almost every girl I went to high school with is either married or has a baby by now. And so I'm asking her, like, how was it? And she's like, well, awful. And she's like, you push a baby out of your vagina. And I'm like, is that like real? Like I'm like,
Sometimes they cut from your butthole to your what's it? What's the
Like,
no, not your
taint?
anus. No, what's the
front?
hole that it comes out of your birth
your
canal?
vagina?
Your cervix.
your vagina.
Your vagina.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, like it can
The
tear.
hole.
It
Yeah.
tears, and then your husband never wants to hook up with you again, and then you're stuck carrying with this baby. But at least it's a baby and not a dog, because the baby's like has meaning, right? And the dog just exists rent free.
But I feel like some people, like especially people who can't have kids, like the dog can replace that feeling.
Yeah.
So like I understand that, but like, cause like, and I always say like being a mom, I applaud every mother on the planet because I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm too angry too. I'm like,
it will change as you get older.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't mean that you want to have one like come out of you.
I know.
When I do these reviews, I think like, God, I wish I was pregnant now because like, I'll go and eat a whole pizza and I'm like so bloated.
I think about that all the time.
Ill. And then I'm thinking like, but if I was pregnant, should I hire someone like impregnate me? And then I could get like more partnership. Like the
I was
same
gonna
way
say you can
about
get
the
like
dog.
prenatal partnerships.
I know, right?
You could be like a surrogate, and then like you get rid of the baby, and then you get $100K.
Well, I thought one time about like selling my eggs, and it's like $50,000.
I'm like, that's
Well, I'm
that's
like,
like
I
your
get all
whole
the
rent.
Facebook ads for this. And then, there's a lot of hormones. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I would maybe deal with it for $50K, but I'd have to be more desperate than I am at any given time.
Is it worse than giving birth though?
No. Not
How do
at
you
all.
know? You've sold your eggs?
I have not, but I know people who have, and they
interesting.
were
So it's
telling
a
because
real
she was
thing.
like, "I'm never having kids ever. It's never in the books." And so she didn't have a job at the time. She's like, you know what? She did different rounds because they extract it in certain like they get a bunch of them, whatever. She got like 8,000 right there, and
Yeah.
she was fine.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, there's literally no downsides. I don't know. She was just killing it, I
Yeah.
guess. Like, geez,
Exactly.
but
That's what I'm thinking. It's like OnlyFans, but like egg rental, and you don't have to like sell your soul on the internet.
yeah,
I just remembered something.
You
I don't know
sold
if I
yourself?
should talk about it.
okay.
I'm contemplating.
This is giving me
Okay.
anxiety.
I'm going to talk about it because I'm actually kind of grossed. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to get in trouble. But there was a girl that I know, or I know her, and she went here, and now she has an OnlyFans and does porn.
Okay.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, live your life. I'm not going to judge you. You're making way more money than I am.
I was just gonna say, how much money is she making?
Probably a lot. I know she has she has 100, almost 200K on Instagram, the whole shebang. And she like posted something like the other day, and I like clicked on her account and I was just looking at it because I was like stalking. Every photo was like, when you have it's like liked by blank and others on Instagram, every single one was someone I went to high school with's dad.
Oh, that's weird.
And I was like, I called my parents and I was like, Mommy,
That's
like,
weird.
I have to tell you something jarring. Like, I'm so skeeved out. Like,
Oh
what
my
are you
God.
doing?
It's so weird.
Like, oh my God, we can see that. Like, we can all see it.
Yeah.
Ugh, and then I went into like a rabbit hole. I start looking at like who he follows, like all these other girls. I'm like, oh my God.
It's so weird with
Like,
like dads.
I
like,
know
ugh,
I know your children.
It's freaky.
Like, I don't want to like I'm trying to like keep like the biggest alias on
Yeah.
like this person because I don't want to be the one to like make a fucking fight with
sure.
like people, but I am not over it. I was like,
That's cringy.
ugh, I know.
Yeah, men are men.
I know.
But, like, you don't need to see that,
I know. I'm like, be a normal person and like
Yeah.
go on private browser.
Exactly.
It's like
or
when you see people on
Insta.
Instagram Reels, like, liking the, like, craziest stuff ever.
Yeah.
If I ever see someone, like, one of my close friends liked it, I'm like, what are you liking? You
Yeah.
know, everyone can see that.
Oh, well, that's actually, I'm like fascinated by these OnlyFans girls, right? And I live a lot of the time in London, and it's very
Yeah.
big there. Like this Bonnie Blue and Annie
Body
Annie
Blue,
Knight.
oh my
yeah.
God.
So I've got a good friend of mine in LA who's like very, he's one of those guys that's like, I don't know how you explain this guy. He's like a Joe Rogan, like health and wellness, Andrew Huberman, blah, blah, blah. So, well, a few of my friends actually, but him in particular, I go on the girl's page a lot. I'm like infatuated
I know,
by this girl.
yeah.
And that's the point, right? That's the thing people don't realize is like she's actually very good at marketing. Sure, she's a porn star, but she's reinventing. I don't believe or approve of like the naughtiness and like what she's doing that I think is probably wrong for young
Yeah.
men to see, but she's a good businesswoman. So I give her that. I think anyone would be dumb. It's like the Kardashians, right? Like Kim got famous from a sex tape. Everyone forgot about that. And so I see my friend and then following her, then I see this other friend of mine who's married and Jewish and like very much like wouldn't even kiss a girl before marriage. Following her, so I messaged both of them separately. And they both were very,
God.
what's the word? When like they thought back so fast. Like, why would you even?
Defensive.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm just curious. Like my one friend, I was like, you're married, you like about to have a baby and they're young. And I was like, I can see it. And he was like, actually, thank you so much. When I think about it, you're right. So should I unfollow her? I go, bro, probably. Like you're
Yeah.
about to have a baby. Then my other friend was like, yeah, she's really hot. But like now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't be following her either. And it made me think because I called them both out. But I just was like, actually, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
My thing, I love to ask guys, do you think this girl's hot? It's like a terrible thing. Like I ask my boyfriend sometimes, we'll literally be in bed on like a morning and I'll be like, do you think this girl's hot? And he's like, yeah, like she's hot. Or like, not really my type. And he's like, well, why? Or these guys will be like, why? And I'm like, I just want to know.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what you think about me. I'm just curious if you think these girls are hot. So that's my thing. So then I, followed up by being like, I'm not trying to tell you to unfollow them. I just want to know if you think that they're hot.
No, because I have a big issue with like men liking girls' pictures.
Yeah,
if the pictures are like provocative.
Exactly.
It's not the girl's fault, obviously. It's completely on the man, especially like not to shit on your friend, but like if your wife is pregnant and you're like showing interest in these photos of these girls, like that's disgusting. Same with the person's dad that I saw, like you're fully have a family.
Yeah.
Like
it puts them in a different light.
It literally like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're liking what you like are lacking at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
and that's
I
why
don't know.
My friend who's the one that's like the Jewish one who like wouldn't even kiss a girl. I just was like, I didn't see this. It's almost like this. Whoa. Like,
yeah.
You're that kind of guy, man. Like I thought you were so vanilla, and now you're like following these OnlyFans chicks while your wife is pregnant. I'm just like, heads up, like I had higher expectations for you.
Like loss of innocence.
Yeah.
I know.
No, it's really weird.
It makes you feel so like. You're like, I thought
confused.
I could trust you.
That's why I'm saying I live in an existential crisis because there's all of these kind of things on my day-to-day that happen and nothing ever makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, any of it.
Alexa, I want to hear your I just got soft since we're on the topic of like.
Well, yours was a dog. So the story's supposed to make you cry or something, right?
Like, normally it's not like about my pet.
Okay.
It's normally about something like someone did that like pissed me off really bad or like upset me. Like, I had one about my experience at the tanning salon the other day. Okay. But, like, you know what I mean? So it could literally be anything. So
well, there was one that I had texted you. It's more like career-wise, but when I was maybe 16 or 17 and I was living in Boston, and I was a bit younger. I think I was 16, and I had cold pitched all these producers, and I heard back from one producer from this he's like done literally all of the movies. I couldn't believe it. Basically, like, we'd like to take a meeting with you. I was convinced there should be a show about young entrepreneurs on like MTV, and that was in my pitch. I didn't really have like any following or anything, but I had started to do a lot of TV segments. So I ended up flying out to LA, and like, I went to Burbank and I had the meeting with this guy and whatever, and it was just a super traumatic experience. He literally, I remember him being like, just bombarded me with almost like, why would you even send me this email? And I'm like broke, the flight's on a credit card. I'm thinking I'm like coming out here to get my own MTV show. And he just was like, unless you can get a celebrity to like back anything you do, which it doesn't seem like you can because you're saying you're from the middle of nowhere. It was awful. And so I just, for months, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't know I want to be an entrepreneur. And I guess, looking back, I must have obviously kept doing it because I'm, doing it now. And then I think maybe 2 or 3 years later, I cold pitched Disney. And the exact place that I filmed Fearless Every Day, which is the show that I had, was exactly across from where that first meeting was. And it's just crazy because I'll never forget that executive was such an asshole. But like, I'm just so glad I had never stopped or let him, bully me into thinking I wasn't good enough, because I would never have gotten the show that I filmed across the street from the first place where it was just like the top of
I'd walk in and be like, I was just across the street, piece of shit. Like, no. I'd be,
So sometimes when you're doing good, you just don't need to say anything.
Exactly. Yeah. I always say that. Like, that's the best revenge. To, like, people see you succeeding instead of having to tell them. I don't know. I said that to Kate. I'll say it every episode if I have to. Me and Kate's goals this year are job dick famous.
I think the third one needs to be triple D. So you need to swap like thesaurus. What's another word for famous that starts with a D?
Can anyone think of one? I'm usually good at this.
My dad.
I don't know. You're a writer. You should know.
I know. I'm so bad with that.
I like the triple D.
Oh, we needed a word. We were gonna ask you. What was the word? Like,
why can't it be
a job company that like really cares about their employees? What's the adjective?
Oh my God, you didn't prep me with that. A job that is that a thing?
No, like it shows your company is blank.
Camaraderie.
Oh,
good
accommodating. That camaraderie or accommodating is a good one. This was for an email Kate was sending. I was like, we should ask Alexa when she.
I don't think it's accommodating. I think it's like good camaraderie, because accommodating means like I'm accommodating you by getting you this coffee. If you've got good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right.
Yeah, it's not accommodating.
It's not accommodating.
It's
But
like
why
no, because accommodating is like, oh, you need help.
You accommodated me
Like-
by letting me change the date of this podcast. That's not like a thing that you would say you've got good team
they
members.
went out of their way to do something for you. Like, the word
Yeah.
that we're looking for is like, oh, they did something really awesome, like thinking about, you're very thoughtful about your employees and stuff like that. So that's what we were initially looking for.
Just ask ChatGPT.
I don't think it's
At this point.
ChatGPT's my best friend.
Yeah.
I talk to it. I'm like, hey, what's up? Because I'm like, when they take over and they have me cornered, they're going to be like, oh, no, she would, like, actually, like, hang out with her robot. So
Yeah.
we're going to spare her and then I'm going to be fine.
I was asking my robot for advice the other day.
I always ask
My
it.
ChatGPT
your
robot.
ChatGPT.
I always do. I ask it everything.
Do you also say please or like
yes.
thank you?
Every
Yeah,
time it
how
gives me
weird
something,
is
I'm like,
that?
thank you so much.
I
Like,
know.
mine, like, answers with, like, heart emojis now
yeah.
and is like, love you.
Do you pay for it?
I think that I pay for, like, the higher level of ChatGPT now because
I don't pay.
well, because I need it to generate images for me
Girl.
sometimes. So, and you can only do like 3 a day if
Yeah.
you don't pay for it. And I do social media at
Okay.
my dad's company. So
Okay.
sometimes I'll be like, can you generate me a visual example? And then I'll like take inspo from it.
I'll text my best friend because she pays for it. And I'm just like, hey, can you get me this? Hey, can you get me
Yeah.
this? Hey, can you get me this all the time?
Might as well. You don't have
Sure.
to pay for it.
I'm
I don't
the
even know
girl
how
who,
much
like,
it is.
returns shampoo to fucking CVS that I've worn once, so I can tell you I'm not paying for GPT. But
Oh my god, I have to call. Oh fuck, I have to call Google today because they're gonna charge me $100 again for everyone's emails, and I don't know
Okay.
why it's doing it.
that happens to me all the time. I have like 4 places I need to call.
I was
GoDaddy
sick.
and MailChimp and
I'm like,
pain in the ass.
I already paid for the domain. Why am I
Yeah.
paying like $20 per
It's
email?
ridiculous.
Like, so I have to like either delete the emails or
If you delete them, yeah.
I think I'm gonna delete both of your guys' emails.
Yeah.
today.
I don't use it. Take it.
They don't use their emails. The only one who does is Brianna.
Yes.
We call her Bria. I forgot which she does it. But the one who's emailing
Yes,
you.
that was who was emailing me.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's sick right now. That's why
Okay.
you did not meet her
Got
today.
it.
But she's the only one who really uses her email. I don't even like
Yeah.
use mine. So like maybe she'll just have hers for like a little
Yeah,
bit until I
keep
can
hers.
figure this out.
You can collaborate.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative email.
Exactly. I'm logged into her
Save
thing
your money,
anyways, so
yeah.
I see it. Like shit, like people will email her and she's
Yeah.
like, Grace, I just got this email. I'm like, I know, I saw it before you. Like I'm always like, I know, I just saw it, but
That's so cute.
so I'm like, maybe we'll just share it until
Yeah.
we have like money.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know you keep saying that you like lived literally everywhere under the sun.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to know, is the London food as like dog shit as
No.
everyone talks about?
So what people don't realize about London is it's a very it is the most cultured place I've ever lived. I mean, I've lived in LA, New York, Austin, Texas, Boston, and Connecticut, and London. It is the most, wow, I'm like, what's wrong with me? It's the most cultured place, but British food, sure, is bland. Like, my mom's British, which
Yeah.
is how I'm able to live there because I have dual citizenship.
Oh.
So I have 2 passports. But it's very bland. Like, there's this thing they do on Sundays that's called Sunday roast, and it's literally like a massive piece of meat and like a popover, and I hate popovers, and like some potatoes that have no flavor and some like roasted carrots that have no flavor. But then they do this cauliflower cheese. I just like go ham on it. I could bathe in this stuff.
Cauliflower cheese.
Basically roast cauliflower and pour a bag of cheese on it, right? So
yeah.
that's really good. Everything else is amazing because you're not eating British food all day. So like British food is bland, but no one I know eats it. You have Indian, you have Thai. The only
Yeah.
thing that's not really that good there is the sushi. But everything else is phenomenal. The pastries, the sweets. It's the best, like really, I think the best coffee is in Europe. I think America coffee.
Yeah,
having
oh my
lived there,
God.
is- have you been to London?
No,
It's amazing.
but I've heard.
It's phenomenal.
I have a question about
Yeah.
British Chinese food because I know it's so different than the U.S.
It's bougie.
It's bougie. It looks like chicken wings.
I've had some real rich Chinese food in London because I don't if it's a cuisine that I don't crave,
Yeah.
someone else is paying for it. I'm not someone to wake up and be like, let's get Chinese.
Yeah.
So I've had rich people Chinese food there. I haven't
Interesting.
had like, what's Panda Express of London. So
Panda Express.
no, no. No, so I've had really good Chinese food there because it was very bougie. I don't know like chill Chinese food there, but I know the other like fast food stuff is pretty good. There's one that's called Nando's, which is like fried chicken.
I want to try that
Yeah.
so bad.
And I buy their mayonnaise. They have a Nando's mayonnaise at the grocery store there. It's really good. So I'm trying to think, what else?
I've heard of like jacket potatoes.
Yeah, I think that's like a Sunday roast thing.
Oh, because I see that guy on TikTok that makes them for people.
I don't know that.
I don't really know what he does, but like you can, if you're the first person in line, you get it for free, and I think you could bring like a bag of chips and he'll put it on the potato or something.
Oh, I don't know actually that, but potatoes there are very big. It's a very popular food, potatoes.
I don't like beans though.
Yeah,
and I know that they're a big like bean area.
My mom does like baked beans on toast. I could vomit.
Not for me.
She also buys me like pajamas that are so ugly and she thinks they're so cute. And they're always on sale. And
I saw your TikTok about this.
Now that I think, like, she's the same woman who puts beans on toast. So, like, nothing can be trusted by this, like, 75-year-old British woman that's my mom.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, baked beans on toast are disgusting. They're, like, a lot of that kind of stuff. But, again, like, no one who's cool there eats this food unless they're British. So, a lot of my friends there are actually not really British or, like, are anti-British. The way you feel about Connecticut pizza, like they feel about British food.
Yeah. I don't even want to say I'm a hater of okay, there's a place in Branford I want you to try, actually. It's called Pacilio's.
Okay.
Maybe like a pizza. Also like with the enough with the pizza. Like you're in Connecticut, you're not like it's okay. You can just say pizza. Yeah. It's actually very good. I think it's New York style though, and that's why I like it, but that's probably my favorite place. To get pizza in Connecticut.
Branford.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Surprising too, because it's like just Branford. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
I get really uncomfortable with this because I've had a few that I don't like. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to ever put a business, like
offend them.
I get really anxious sometimes on how do I do this properly and not, so it's, I don't know. What do you think? Like, what if I don't like it?
I think that if you had food from like, we'll use pizza as the example. Yeah. So if I was reviewing like Sally's, let's say, and I went and they were asking me to do it and I tried it and I didn't like it. I know why I don't like it already. So I don't like pizza this thin. Yeah. I like when pizza has crust and I don't like when it's charred.
I want like a thick ass type of pizza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I would say like, oh, like, it is good. Like, I like the cheese. Like, I would start out with a compliment, like, and then be like, however, I'm not a huge fan of the thin crust. But if you're into thin crust, this is totally up your alley. Like, you know what I mean? Like, spin it into, like, it's not my thing, but I know people do like this, and it's probably, like, top tier for them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Got you.
What if it's just really bad pizza?
I would just be like, I'd probably just be like, this is bad.
Dude, I did one in Manchester. I guess I went to a franchise. It was awful. And they saw me reviewing, so they came out and were like, do you like it? And I was like, off the record, to be honest, like, no. And I was like, I'm not going to post this. And he was like, no, let me fix it for you. So he gave me all these things. And I was like, he's giving me Parmesan packets and red peppers. And I was like, if you have to put this much. So I redid it, and it got better because I, like, threw a pound of Parmesan on it. Yeah. But that was the only one so far that I was like, this is so uncomfortable. And I'm paying. I don't actually, I've had a lot of them offer for free, or I've gotten messages. Mm-hmm. I actually prefer to pay, and I'm usually like a free food hoe. There's something about like the Connecticut thing because I want to really do it authentically. And if it's free, it's a different, I don't know. I feel weird about it. So I've been paying a lot for all of this food, and when it sucks, then I'm like, wow, I just paid for shitty food. Well, then don't want to post the video.
Honestly, if you're paying for it, like if you're not getting anything out of it, then like it's not as bad, I guess. I know what you mean, though. Yeah. Like, because people could be like, oh, how dare you?
And this isn't LA or New York where you're in these massive cities. Like, these places have, like, cult followings. A lot of very small business owners. They're not making millions of dollars a year in the way that places in LA and New York are that have pizza, etc. So,
no, I totally get that. I would be nervous, too.
Yeah, I'm a bit careful.
But I think on the other hand, though, like, people also are, like, super, not like sensitive, but like it's been like a thing after TikTok got banned that people want like authenticity because of all the gym influencers that were like, oh, I wasn't actually doing my workouts, and everyone's like, what? Like,
that trend was the dumbest thing when I saw all these
I was keeping my mouth shut.
I don't have anything to I honestly think I posted like I don't have anything that I've lied about. Yeah. Literally nothing. Why would I do this for a job if I'm here to lie? Yeah. But the fact I was like, are people also using this as clickbait? But some of them seemed so real and how much they were when they said they were lying, and I was like, oh, I could see you lying. But why would you ever incriminate yourself like that?
Also, which one gagged you guys the most?
There's a girl I actually really like. I don't follow a lot of influencers or TikTokers. Kit Keenan. She was on The Bachelor. I just think she's really cute, and I like her stuff. She posted something. I can't remember her thing, but I was like, oh my God, you too? She's the only, because I'm like, you're the only person I really follow.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said, but it made me cringe. I still follow her because she's so, like, adorable.
Charlie D'Amelio's anxiety stick. That one killed me.
Didn't see that.
I think we knew that.
No, we all knew that.
We knew.
What?
It was like she got caught with a vape on like live or something, and everyone was like defending her, being like, "No, it's just her anxiety stick." So then she was like,
Oh, that's just dumb.
"It wasn't actually an anxiety stick."
yeah.
I don't know who started that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Also, though, if you're, like, an influencer, and, like, you did this trend thinking that TikTok was actually going to get banned, you're so fucking stupid because I feel like anyone with a brain could be like this. I don't know. I knew this was, like, a PR stunt or something. I swear to God, and I don't know if this is, like, even true to say now because, like, but I swear to God, like, some people are like, we're going to ban TikTok for a day and make Trump look good by getting it back for us. I swear to God, I will die on the hill. I knew it wasn't getting banned.
Yeah.
I knew it.
That trend
Like-
was, no, it started off super cute and like a funny thing
Yeah.
to do. And it was like wholesome stuff. And then all of a sudden people were doing like the whole, like, they were completely just going back on everything that they said. And so, but my thing with that, I was just like, do you not have other platforms? Like, people, you're telling people that you're completely lying to them, you're deceiving them. You think that they're going to still like you and keep following you on your Instagram? Because no one is just on TikTok and nothing else. People have Instagram. People have all these other social media platforms. You think people are just going to forget?
This is my problem. This is why I've always been very anti this space and don't even like to call myself an influencer because 99.9999% of the people on TikTok, et cetera, are not, you know, they're not entrepreneurs. They're not business owners.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a fun thing for them. They've just amassed a following. It doesn't mean that they have anything that makes them worthy of this following or any message to spread.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I know. I always feel like, I don't know. I follow people. There's like some people I follow because I'm like, they're funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But then like, I feel like the accounts that I like actually look at all the time are like, they genuinely have like their niche. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of someone specific that like.
I followed Molly like before she blew up because I was like, who's
Molly? Molly, do you know the Bach talk trend or the Bach lookalike contest that happened? So when Wicked came out, do you know who Bach is from Wicked?
No,
it was Ethan Slater's character.
Okay.
There's a song in the movie, and there's a part where the girl singing is like, me and Bach. And Molly, who was actually on the podcast like right before the movie came out, started this like empire of like Bach talk, like started this whole thing, had a lookalike contest in the city. But like that's the thing, like she saw that it did well and then capitalized on it.
But she also had her impression thing. That's
Yes.
where she got big too. So you might know her. Talk about the impression thing.
Yeah, she started out as just doing these like very simple impressions, being like, this is my impression of a girl who is thinking about getting a tattoo. And she's like, yeah, I've been thinking about getting a tattoo. Like, but like they're weirdly like spot on, but they're just such a simple concept.
Yeah.
They're really funny. We met her actually because someone in her comments like said something mean to her and everyone thought it was us.
Got it.
And it was not.
Okay.
And so that's how we like became like oriented with each other. And then she just recently came on in December. So she had this like niche before that. Now she's kind of expanded.
Yeah.
But she's doing amazing. She's like getting it. She just got invited to the SNL 50
Oh wow. Okay.
like the red carpet like beforehand. Ariana Grande mentioned the Bach talk, like the whole thing, like the lookalike contest in an interview. Like
funny.
so she's doing it right. Like she knows how to like kind of like again capitalize on like what she knows people like instead of just being like, oh, this was funny, I'm gonna go into the next thing now. Like you gotta obviously like find your niche but make sure people like care about it at the same time.
100%.
You know?
100%.
So like I don't know. Love her though. You should follow her.
I'll
She's
look
very
her
funny.
up. Yeah, she sounds funny. I like the idea of the impersonations. Not well, whatever. That's the word.
Impressions.
Impersonation is that's a bad word. Impersonating someone else. Impressions of people.
Yeah.
That makes sense to
And
me.
on top of it, she's like fucking hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
So she's very funny.
Cool.
You know what my last question is gonna be actually? I know, like I think it's just because I'm hungry and I keep talking about food. Like this is not Alexa. This is me being fat and hungry.
You're not fat.
What? Thank you. Oh my God. The
Compliments, honesty.
out of like all the foods you've tried, and it doesn't have to be like a specific place, I just want to know, what are your like top 3 favorite foods?
You mean like what makes me have an orgasm? I'll tell you right off the bat. Okay, so chicken tenders. I fucking love chicken tenders. Like I would literally fuck for chicken tenders. But they have to be actually in Connecticut. I had some of the best chicken tenders at this place called Bidwell Tavern. I cannot believe how excited that question just made me. Chicken tenders with like a nice honey mustard or barbecue. I don't like spice. I don't want any spice on my chicken tendies. Second of all, it would be like a blondie, like a brownie, but a blondie. A little bit of caramel, and like a scoop of vanilla ice cream. And then I love truffle fries. So like really good truffle fries are great. I really like steak. But I also love Engine Room in Mystic. If we're doing like really good Connecticut food, they've got a phenomenal burger, and also they've got this Cobb salad, but it's made with croutons made of cornbread. Really good. So good. And I also really like, I have too many. I also really like oatmeal raisin cookies when they're like very soft though. I don't like hard ones. What was the question again? The best foods?
Your top 3 favorite foods.
Yeah, those. What else? Probably that. I love like a really good flourless chocolate cake.
I love it.
There's really not much I don't like.
Do you like seafood?
I love salmon.
Do you like, I'm going to ask you the golden question. Do you like raw oysters?
Love. I thought you were going to say tilapia, and I was like, don't ask me about tilapia. Tilapia's for like the bottom of the, like the guys you've dated who suck are tilapia. They're the bottom of the ocean.
With norovirus being a thing and it's linked to raw oysters, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, I try not to read the news because I don't want to be depressed like this. So
yeah, like, and my mom is like, you're not eating that. Like, my dad's like, because me and my dad were going to do buck-a-shuck. Do you like, are you familiar with?
Yeah, of course.
It's right, literally, we can walk out of his office and go right to the restaurant, and it's delicious. Okay. And I can't have them. And I literally am like, I need them. But I just
ate some. Am I going to die?
Probably not. My parents are just like, we're not taking the chance.
Oh.
I'm like, I'll take a chance.
My parents.
I'll take one chance. And if I die with some nice oysters in my stomach. Yeah. And I'm fine with it.
How many can you eat at once?
I think if I didn't eat anything and I was like going to get oysters, I think I could eat 48.
Oysters are an aphrodisiac. So if you didn't eat anything and then you had 48 oysters, you could be like, come over to your boyfriend like now. Right now. There's a place in Rhode Island called Matunic Oyster Bar, and it's phenomenal seafood, and they have really good oysters. I really like clam fritters. Another thing during the summer. Do you know what those are? So
like the fried clam.
Yeah, but they've got little strips of clam on the inside. Super good. There's really no fish that I don't like. Also, I used to live in Boston. My favorite restaurant there is this place called Salty Girl, and they have like a fried lobster waffle that's really good. They also do. I've gotten really into like the tinned fish or like raw scallops.
I like raw scallops.
Really good.
They're
Love
good.
it. Yeah, I love all of that stuff. There's really no seafood I don't
Good for you.
like. Yeah.
Because everyone's always like, I love seafood. I'm like, oh, you like raw oysters? And they're like, well, like, I get it because it's like, if you don't like it, I understand. It looks disgusting. It's like a weird texture. But people fail to realize it's what you put on the oyster. It's not the actual oyster. But I do have to say, too, Boston has phenomenal seafood.
Amazing.
Very good.
Super good. It's also right on the water and stuff, so it's just really good, like especially during the summer. I mean, Maine, Boston, all of it. I had a questionable, I went to this place in Portland last summer that's like the famous place for like the brown butter lobster rolls. I'm sick of lobster rolls. That's what I realized. The way I feel about lobster rolls, I feel about Brussels sprouts. I'm so fucking over them.
Same.
I think lobster rolls are such bullshit. You can go to the store and buy a potato bun or whatever, like make it kind of moist, like put it in the microwave, boil some I just think it is the dumbest $25 you can spend is a lobster roll.
Have you been to Lobster Landing in Clinton?
No, Connecticut.
Yeah.
No. But I love the Clinton outlets.
Me too.
Yeah, they're nice.
I like it there. They're like ranked number 1 in Connecticut for lobster rolls. Sweetest staff I've ever seen at a place. It's this tiny place, like literally the size of this room.
Yeah.
Very small, right on the water.
Okay.
Everyone says you have to get the roll and their lobster bisque and dip it in.
Okay.
And I did that. Delicious. I would go back.
You would.
It's market price, however, and I spent $50.
Yeah, on one roll, or what else did you
with
get?
The soup, but it was like small. You know what I mean? I got like a small
It's
side,
expensive.
maybe a drink. I'm like,
my stomach is like, one time Carrie Underwood was in like People magazine. This was years ago. So weird, right? And there was an interview with her, and she said she's got this like disease where she never gets full. I think I have that because no, I remember being like 16 being like, do I have this? It's like it's not like an actual disease or something. So when I do these reviews, they're like, when I go get a lobster, like I'm not full from that $50 roll, right? $50 worth of sushi, maybe, but like the roll to me, I'm like, all right, what's next? But I've just spent my like daily dose of money allotted for food for the day on this like
one
tiny thing with like 4 pieces of lobster on it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that like I would spend like my top priorities of money currently are like lashes, how to get to Connecticut, and my nails.
Yeah.
And like maybe my tan.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, now I have money for food.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I would spend like more. I'd rather spend more than like, I don't know. I would rather get something that's a little more money that's like delicious than like McDonald's.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to not think this way because I was broke as shit in college, but even though McDonald's is very good.
Yeah.
But,
it's a
I
different
love
experience.
food.
Me too. I'm obsessed. I mean, every time I think about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every day. Like, it's so weird. I mean, the things that I've done for food, like the people that I've gone on dates with for food, I'm like, it's so strange. And I want to not be like this, though.
Yeah.
But I've come to, like, this realization. It's like, I live for food, so.
I mean, like, there's a million worse things in the world to, like have, like, I don't want to say an obsession and make you sound like a fucking, like, hungry psycho.
I am.
But, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be like, oh my God, like, let's go get a treat instead of like, let's go like smoke weed or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I don't know. So
food. Yeah, those are my top like 18, but I've got many more. Many more.
I know.
Chicken. Fried chicken's always good. It's like a chicken tendy though. That's the thing. Fried chicken and chicken tendies are very similar to me. But I love like a fried chicken burger is super good. Mm-hmm. But it's got to have not cucumbers. It has to have pickles, coleslaw, and I love to dip. I'm like a big dipper.
I need like something on. Anytime I get a sandwich from a restaurant, I like put it on the side just so I can like make sure each bite gets like whatever's on it.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, we have aioli, I'm like, yep.
Me too.
Give me
There's
that.
a place actually in Connecticut called Bear Burger.
Huh.
It's really good. It's in Ridgefield. They just opened a bunch of other locations also in Glastonbury, and they have really good burgers and great dips.
Good to know.
Don't love like being charged extra for the dip. I'm someone who goes back and I'm like, I think you guys forgot to give me this dip, and never have I ever been like told, oh, it wasn't on your bill. So a lot of times they'll give it to you for free. You just have to go back and be like, I thought I got this.
And you save because it's like $2.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right,
ridiculous.
relax. Like, I'm like, I'd rather this be free than like ketchup.
It should
and
be
give a
free.
fuck about
It's
ketchup.
a dip.
Yeah. Like, you guys will be fine.
Tell me the best restaurant ever that doesn't need a dip. Like, you know those, I've gone to restaurants where the chef is blah, blah, you can't make any accommodations. Well, there's no way, I'm going to have the same taste buds as perhaps you do, so that you would take that privilege away from me of making a change or having a dip.
Mm-hmm. Because one thing about me, I'm going to put salt on my food before I even eat it.
Oh, are you salty instead of sweet?
Yes.
Oh, I'm like a sugar addict.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we'd mesh well then.
Yeah.
Because we can
Yin and
get
yang.
like, I would rather eat a burger for dessert than a
really?
cupcake.
No, I'm cupcake anything.
Really?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah,
I'm a huge
Kate's
sugar
the
addict.
sugar
I'm a
one.
sugar-
Yeah, me too. I get it from my dad. It's so bad. I wish I wasn't like that. Even last night, I mean, I had like 14 desserts during the day, and then at like 8 p.m. I'm eating, well, I took an edible, but I'm eating like cottage cheese with like chocolate chips and like this whole mosh pit of things.
Period.
But not necessary. Like, I already had my dessert of the day. I'm addicted. But then when I'm good, when I'm in Connecticut, I'm not doing good. But when I'm good at home, if I don't have sugar for 2 days, I literally won't eat it. And I feel better. But when I'm in it, I'm like on a hamster wheel. I'm like more.
Like the thing you said about cottage cheese, like you will eat it with chocolate. I put tahini on mine.
Ah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is
like,
so gross.
I know, it is weird, but like I put savory shit in it.
Yeah, no. No.
She's like convulsing.
That is so
bad. Like,
that's so bad. Do you also have that drink, the Michelada? What's the Mexican or the Spanish Mexican drink?
horchata?
No, the one that's like a beer with and something else. My friend who's Mexican has it. A Michelada or something. I can't
I don't
remember
know if
the
I've
name.
ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's like beer and something else, and it's spicy and it's not good.
I just had a jalapeno margarita and I let her try it and she was like, oh my God.
I thought it was coconut, and
my
then I got
God.
a spice.
That's
I
so
love
bad, yeah.
Bloody Marys.
Okay, I like Bloody Marys with tequila.
I'm fucking weird though. I don't put alcohol in mine. That's how much I love like salty. Like I will do V8, like some pickle juice in it, horseradish lemon juice. Like Yeah. And I'm like, the vodka, I'm like, if I have to worry about the vodka and I can't enjoy the flavors that I want, I'm just not going to have it with the alcohol. But like, I love them.
I do love any drink, though, that's like a 2-for-1. Like a dirty martini with 3 blue cheese olives. I feel like I'm getting a 2-for-1. It's like discounted.
I want to learn to love martinis. Yeah, I can't, like, because olives, that's probably my top 10 favorite foods. Like, this is what I mean when I'm like salt. I drink olive brine and pickle juice. If you don't want to get sick, drink pickle juice, eat pickles.
Yeah, I love
But
pickles.
I have no excuse for the olive brine. Like, that's just weird. Like, I probably shouldn't be telling the, like, internet that I, like, drink olive juice like that. But I guess people mix it with alcohol, so, like...
People smell people's feet, and it turns them on. There's literally, you're drinking pickle juice or olives. I mean, it's kinky, but it's like, whatever. It's just, like, a thing, you know?
It's kinky.
It's not, like, weird. It's just, like, weird, like, kink.
Yeah. It's like whatever you're into.
Like, I would literally mash together flourless chocolate cake and cottage cheese and, like, a bucket of chocolate and eat that with, like, peanut butter and jam. I've done that so many nights. Yeah. I've tried to get away from peanut butter and get into sunflower seed butter because I realized that, like, every time I eat, like, a jar of peanut butter, I need, like, 400 Tums. And sunflower seed butter, I found out, actually doesn't have the same effect to it. Yeah. So I'll have, like, sunflower seed butter and, like, jam on
I like
something.
jelly and jam.
Yeah, really nice. Not like bread, but I'll do, like, cottage cheese or dates. It's so odd, and I'll just... put it all together in one.
I'm not a sweet tooth, but any dessert with jelly or jam is my, like, Linzer tarts.
Oh, yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thumbprint cookies, like, I like that. Mm-hmm. So, like...
I love those.
I understand. Like, the ones I like, I love.
You're making me excited.
I just get, like, sick of it really quick. Yeah. Like, so... Like, even a Celsius, I'm like, this is enough sweet for the day for me.
This is so... I don't even know why I drink these. I don't
They're good for you.
They're so bad for you,
Well, they tell you they're good for you. I just, like... Well, I like that they burn fat.
Is that... I don't know anything about this.
Look on the, like, red thing.
I never trust that stuff. Oh, my God. That's just marketing, though.
Oh, yeah. But, like, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, no. I never know what it is, but I do find it wakes me up.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps me full.
Oh, okay. Nothing ever keeps me full. So I don't relate to that. But yeah, I mean, it's the taste. I don't know. It seems to have the least amount of shit in it and compared to the other thing. Yeah. It has 10 calories.
It has vitamins in it. Yeah. Like, if you look at the nutritional info, actually. And it has biotin in it, like... There's definitely chemicals in it that you're not supposed to be taking in, but it's better than drinking, like, a Red Bull or, like, a C4 or something that's, like, an energy drink. Like, at least that one's trying to help you a little bit.
For sure. You got little icons on the bottom. Like old man running, yoga.
Alexa, I have bad news.
Yeah.
Your moment of fame on Gossip with Grace has come to an end.
Oh, no.
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Are you hungry?
I'm so hungry. I actually didn't even eat
Me
lunch.
neither.
I just had breakfast.
I didn't eat anything today.
Okay.
So
why?
Because I didn't have time.
Okay.
I woke up and then I had to get ready and leave. And then I couldn't find a snack in the gas station that I, like, could justify, like, eating. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just going to get a matcha and 4 Celsius.
For sure.
But
they fill you up, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe it'll hold me over. No. But I had so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having such a good show.
Oh my
I'm
God,
really excited.
Thank you. Yeah. Guys, if you want to keep up with more, make sure you're following GWG Unfiltered on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you're subscribed to Gossip with Grace on YouTube and on Spotify. I don't know if you subscribe, but you know to rate 5 stars. So go do that right now. And Alexa, we had a very long talk about this, so you already know that we end out with the song of the week. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do it.
She's got a plug.
Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. You have to plug. Do you want to plug your?
Oh, sure.
I completely forgot.
Yeah. What do I say?
Just look at that camera and plug whatever you want.
I'm Alexa Curtis, and you can follow me on Instagram at Alexa_Curtis or on TikTok at Alexa Curtis Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Perfect. See, we have another unfiltered. Twin.
Both unfiltered.
I'm like not wearing a bra because I just got this Skims bodysuit.
Do you like it?
Well, it's very tight. I left my other bodysuit in this guy's van in LA. A friend of mine who I was semi-dating, the bodysuit how night came off, and it was like I did a classic like let me leave and I'll get it later, and of course I like never got the bodysuit back, and every day I text him and I'm like, hey, don't forget about my like bodysuit. And now he's like, I've given up the van, and I'm like, what? So where's the bodysuit? So I have to buy another one, but this one's weird. It's super weird. So there's no there's a hole. I got this bodysuit on Poshmark in the like area, but I was looking at it and I don't know if I bought it like defective and that's why it was on Poshmark, or there's supposed to be a hole, so I have to wear like underwear under the bodysuit, which I don't really like.
Or you don't have to, and you could just pee without taking it off.
Oh my God, do you think that's why there's a hole?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a ripped hole or if it's like...
Well, I didn't have like ripped hole vibes. It felt like it was supposed to be...
Look it up and be like, is there a hole in Skims
But my
bodysuits?
first one didn't have this hole. If it did, it would have been really
upgraded.
convenient and it wouldn't have come off that night. But that is so weird. I have no idea. But anywho, so I like it, yeah, but it's got this gaping hole. And so I'm wearing like underwear and a bodysuit and it's tight.
Oh my God.
Like,
that's why I don't wear bodysuits, because I have wedgies
Yeah.
bad.
no, see, this one also isn't. It's shorts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, try peeing, and if it doesn't get all over you, then you have like a nice hack.
That's actually so... I wonder if that's why it's like that. You know, that would actually make so much sense. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm having another existential crisis about the fact that I'm like thinking it's defective and it's for sure just so you can go to the bathroom easier.
You'll have to report back to
Any
me.
problems? Yeah.
So, song of the week. That's what I'm like. What do I have to say next?
Yeah.
Okay, so I told you we close out with the song of the
Yeah.
week. So we're gonna do a drum roll, and I'm gonna announce this episode's song of the week. So can I get a drum roll, Miss Caitlin, as well? This episode's song of the week is "Empire State of Mind" by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. Yay! I don't know if that's... there might be one more person on the song, but I don't remember.
Swizzy Beats or something. I think
Yeah,
there's,
something like
someone
that. So, as you know, we cannot use copyrighted music because we will get sued. So we have to perform our own rendition of the song. And Kate, I would like to ask you to join with me.
I will try. I'll do whatever I
We
can.
could do the chorus if you want.
Do whatever part you wanted to do.
Do you know the chorus?
Well, I think I do.
In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York.
Bow, wow, wow.
Good job, all.